Today I rise from my throne with a decree of deliverance. Today I extend my hand with divine authority to break everything that has bound you inside and out. Today, my son, my daughter, I break every tie the enemy tried to make with your story. I break the invisible chains that suffocate your mind, your peace, your faith. I break the cycle of fear that you don't even confess in prayer. I break the inheritance of failure passed from generation to generation like a mourning cloak over your home. I break the spirit of lack that whispers that you will never have enough. I break the silent screams that echo in your soul and no one hears. I break the cursed words spoken against you and your family, trying to decree ruin where I had already written promise. Today in my name I declare every hidden arrow in the shadows, every trap disguised as opportunity, every burden that is not yours, falls to the ground now. I am the God who breaks yokes, who loosens bonds, who destroys hidden pacts, who shatters works of darkness. I am the Lord of hosts, and today I enter into battle for you. Today I break the weight of emotional exhaustion that makes you wake up already tired. I break the words you heard as a child that remained like poison in your chest. Words that said you weren't enough, that you were a mistake, that you only caused trouble. Today I clean your spiritual memory, I restore your roots. I replace lies with truth, because your identity is not in what they said, but in what I declared over you even before your formation in the womb. Before a report existed, I already knew you, and because I know you, I've come personally to deal with you today. I break the coldness that settled in your home, the silence among family members, unspoken grudges, swallowed traumas, wounds hidden behind smiles. Today I place holy fire in your foundations. I burn everything that was planted in secret, every envy, every malicious desire, every spoken curse against your house, every spiritual contract that didn't come from heaven. I break it, I undo it, I cancel it. Where there was destruction, I pour out life. Where there was darkness, I command light. Where there was division, I declare restoration. Today I break unbelief disguised as maturity, the logic that made you think it's too late, the doubt that wonders if I still do miracles. Today, just like I did with Lazarus, I call you out of the tomb. I restore your lost time. I remove the stone of your faith. I rekindle the flame that seemed extinguished, not just in you, but also in those you love, because I know the names you have brought before me in prayer: the sick mother, the distant son, the silent husband, the withdrawn daughter, the lost brother. I know your pain, even the one you hide from those closest to you. That's why today, with the power that raises the dead and parts the sea, I say, I break every prison holding back the promise over your family. I break the cycle of disease that has repeated for generations. I break relationships that were fueled by lies and manipulation. I break the enemy's plans to divide your home, and in place of chaos, I plant peace. In place of fear, I plant boldness. In place of doubt, I plant faith. Today I break even what you cannot name: the sudden anxiety, unexplained insomnia, the sadness without cause, the spiritual apathy you tried to mask with activity, the discouragement that kept you from praying. I see every tear cried in silence, every wordless prayer, every effort to keep going even without strength. And today I lift you like I lifted Elijah in the desert, Joseph in prison, David in the field. Today I lift your head, breathe on your soul and renew your strength, because it's not over. There are still living promises over you. There are still chapters I will write with my own hand. There is still a future of hope reserved for your descendants. What I promised, I will fulfill, because I am faithful, because I do not lie, because I am God. Today I break the voices that told you to give up, the comparisons that made you feel small, the conformity that made you stop dreaming. I called you for more. I formed you to break limits, to touch the impossible, to carry my glory in everyday life. You are salt and light even when you don't feel it. You are my inheritance even when you feel lost. You are loved even when you feel forgotten. And your home, your family, your name are under my hand. No weapon forged against you will prosper. No decree from hell will prevail, because today I place my seal over your story. I write freedom where there was bondage. I write victory where there was defeat. I write rebirth where there was death. And no one can erase what I write, because what I seal is sealed, what I declare is declared, and what I break is broken forever. Today, my child, receive Receive liberation in your thoughts, for I am silencing the voices of fear, comparison, lies, and mental exhaustion that made you believe nothing will change. I clean the field of your mind like a gardener pulling weeds that choke the flowers. I pull out destructive thoughts and replace them with thoughts of life, peace, and relief. Receive peace in your spirit, for the inner battles, the ones no one saw, are being ended by my authority. I give you inner rest, rest that doesn't depend on circumstances, but on the certainty that I'm with you. Receive healing in your emotions for what hurt deeply, what still burns when mentioned, what you tried to forget without success. I am touching it now with my balm. I'm healing memories, restoring feelings, returning lightness to your heart. Receive life in your relationships, for I'm entering the details of your home, the interrupted conversations, the impossible reconciliations. I am restoring ties, breaking pride, moving hearts, surrounding you with people who will come as answers to your prayers. And receive hope again, because without it, days turn gray. And I am the God who repaints the sky even after the longest night. Listen to me. Throughout the days of this month of July, you and your family will begin to see visible signs of what I have already decreed in the invisible. Every week will bring something new. Every day will be filled with opportunities, deliverances, and revelations. I will be opening doors that were sealed, moving the right people to you, loosening knots that seemed impossible to untie. Things that seemed stuck for months, or even years, will begin to flow naturally, for this is a time of visitation, and not just any visit, but a divine intervention. July will be the month when you will begin to see with your own eyes promises taking shape. It will be the month when old prayers resurface in your heart, because now is the time of answers. But I say to you, declare. Declare with your mouth what your spirit is already beginning to feel. Say that your house is blessed. Say that your family is restored. Say that your mind is healed. Because when you declare, you align with heaven. And when there is agreement between heaven and earth, even hell falls silent. The enemy fears those who declare faith, even in the midst of pain. He fears those who lift their voice to exalt my name when everything still looks the same, because the declaration of the righteous is like a sword that opens a path in the spiritual realm. And every time you say, "In my house there will be peace," you are sowing seeds that I myself will water. So don't wait to feel to declare. Don't wait for everything around you to change before opening your lips. Because it is your declaration of faith, even in the darkness, that opens the gates of heaven. The miracle is activated in the mouth of the believer. The walls fell in Jericho when the people shouted. The storm calmed when my disciples cried out. Lazarus came out of the grave when the voice of faith was released. So, my child, don't remain silent. Declare before you see. Declare like one planting seed and already thanking for the harvest. Declare to begin feeling, because the word released in the atmosphere becomes a living seed in the spirit, and once planted, it does not return void. Say your mind is at peace, even when chaos surrounds. Say your house is a place of blessing, even when the atmosphere feels oppressive. Say your health will be restored, even in the face of diagnosis. Because when your faith speaks, heaven moves, and when heaven moves, even the earth bows. Declare to activate what is already prepared. There are blessings ready, waiting for you to take possession. There is provision marked with your name. There are answers knocking at your door, but they need the key of faith to enter. Declare like Abraham, who believed even without seeing. He did not wait for Sarah's womb to change to trust. He didn't wait for the humanly perfect moment. He just heard my voice and chose to believe. And because of that, he was strengthened, justified, blessed, and became father of multitudes. That is the kind of faith that activates destinies. And I am calling you to declare with that kind of faith, with boldness, with conviction, with certainty that my plan is greater than your limitations. It's not about what you have in your hands, it's about what I have prepared to give you. And this month of July, I invite you to walk with that bold, living faith. Throughout July, there will be nights when I visit your dreams with direction. And they won't be confusing dreams, but clear visions, precise words, deep sensations of something being revealed. I will speak to your soul while your body rests. I will give you discernment for important decisions, answers to long-standing questions, comfort for pains that still ache. There will be days when the word will feel like it was written just for you. And it was, because I am a God of details. There will be encounters appointed by me, people who will appear with prophetic words, unexpected offers, keys that open doors, even inconveniences that seem hard. They will be answers in disguise, necessary interventions to move you from where you are to where I want to take you. But in everything, I will be guiding your steps. In every silence, I will be shaping you. In every wait, I will be strengthening you. In every battle, I will be by your side as shield and strong tower. Walk by faith, even if your eyes see nothing. Walk even if the ground feels weak. Step anyway, because I am the God who places your feet upon the rock. Walk boldly. The weak become strong when they walk in my word. Speak boldly. For when you speak what heaven has decreed, the earth responds, and what was lacking before now will be supplied. Because when I enter, I don't just repair, I transform. I don't just fix, I renew. I don't just cover. I give new meaning, and everything will come from my hand, with grace, with peace, with favor. Because I am the God who sustained Elijah with ravens in the desert, who fed my people with manna, who turned a poor widow into a woman of abundance, who lifted Joseph from obscurity to sit with kings.